Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. This is going to be the second set between Kwanro and 815 on Fighting Spirit. I think that's going to help 815 out a little bit because I feel like Kwanro is the superior Zerg versus Zerg player, but this is a map where you can pull something off like a 12 hatch if you get lucky. So, and really after that last match, well, Kwanro did have the build order advantage there in that last match, but still on the verge of elimination, it's going to take a bit of luck. I think Zerg versus Zerg is always somewhat lucky though, unless you're J-Dog, then you can just always win for some reason. Who knows why. 815 starting the upper right corner as the red Zerg, upper left hand corner we have Kwanro as the purple Zerg, again on Fighting Spirit. Looks like Kwanro is going to be scouting across the map to the bottom right hand corner, whereas we'll see where I keep wanting to call him really, where 815 decides to scout here. Obviously, scouting huge Zerg versus Zerg. If you get an overlord over your opponent's base, especially if you're in an advantageous build situation like you saw in that last map, you can ride it all the way to victory. It looks like 815 is sending his overlord to the south as well. So both players are going to make sure that bottom right-hand base scouted out. In the meantime, yeah, 815 can't be confident after that last match. It's just frustrating, especially being at a deficit, especially after beating really so hard in that first match. You know he's going to be scrapping. He's going to want this so badly. But Kwanro, just even in those early microfights, it looked like he was just sharper. He was winning those battles even with well, I think he was mostly even, but with a shorter reinforcement point most time, and just executed that last game perfectly. Someone noticing the 43% versus one of the races here. I wish I could read Korean to mention that. So 4% down below. Not quite sure what that's about. Looks like we're going to see another gas first with the Overlord coming alongside from 815. So it looks like he's going to mimic his build from game one. He's now sending that second Overlord towards Kwanro's base, so we will be able to support that with the scouting information this time. So expect more of the same action now. And Kwanro going for a 12 hatch, which, depending on how 815 plays this, could really be a big advantage. So we'll see how Kwanro decides to follow this up. Really, it's going to be difficult. Now I want to say really all the time. It's going to be difficult for 815 because not only is he going to be going at a larva disadvantage, he's going to basically, with fewer larvae, have to defend against a lot of Zerglings rushing towards the front. He will have a ramp to protect, but yeah, having that Overlord near Kwanro's base, he needs to get that sooner rather than later. I think I don't know that he's going to be able to do this, because depending on when that Overlord gets over there, he might not even know that he's going up against a 12 hatch, let alone be able to defend it here. So Kwanro now following that up with an extractor and a spawning pool of his own, probably just going to get speed with the Zerglings, run across the field and just overwhelm him with just pure Zergling forces. If you can execute a 12 hatch without really paying for it, with Zerglings coming across the field, and these eggs are really going to be the big indicator, is kind of what these eggs are and what Kwanro kind of produces to follow. We are seeing some Zerglings. Let's see which direction they head. So might be, and honestly, it looks like it's just 2 Zerglings though instead of the 4. It looks like they will be headed the right direction towards the north. So 4 Zerglings, 6 Zerglings. So might have a shot at this. Let's see if Kwanro is able to get his Zerglings out in time to defend that natural expansion. He can take some damage on that hatchery without too much trouble, but it looks like there are going to be 6 Zerglings there to follow. Kwanro actually sticking on gas, so it looks like he is going to in fact go up the layer, just pumping away, trying to hit that egg to try to keep additional Zerglings from spawning. So just kind of hitting that. Now it looks like 815 knows he's going up against a 12 hatch. More Zerglings running in, but here comes Kwanro's forces to support that egg not getting taken out. So it looks like you're also going to see some Zerglings there. And really what 815 needs to do is, first of all, delay the Zerglings as they're coming out, but just move back in more of a defensive posture. It looks like instead he's hammering away at that hatchery, not able to hit those Zerglings as they're coming across, it looks like, but still able to do a little bit of damage. It looks like he actually went speed to follow this up and engaging Kwanro head-to-head, but still somehow, even though he had better curvature, still not able to win that fight. And now Kwanro, with again the superior larva count, is just going to be able to outproduce some Zergling to Zergling. He's now getting that spire built. But Kwanro actually not too far behind as far as that hatchery production goes, and it's the same situation as last round, but with the caveat that essentially Kwanro has an even better economy to kind of roll with here, or should have a better economy, and he's probably going to go a lot more Zergling heavy right now to start. So Kwanro again needs to break through that front door. 815 needs to determine the kind of the position of engagement right now, and Kwanro just throwing the Zerglings in, needs to break that front door, needs to continue to send those Zerglings up, because again, he wants 815 to basically be producing Zerglings right here instead of Mutalisks, so he's going to continue to just knock these Zerglings down, make sure that 815 can't keep producing enough Zerglings to fill in the gaps, and try to run through, and it looks like he is going to be able to do so here, is able to break through. 815 does not have enough on the ground. He does have a creep colony. It doesn't look like it's going to be up in time though, and the Mutalisks aren't quite hashed, so some Zerglings able to run up. Looks like they're able to get a couple drone kills as well, so it looks like that creep colony actually now being built. So maybe he can just drone drill and kill a couple of these Zerglings off and buy himself some time, but it looks like he's just going to end up losing a couple of these drones on top of it. And those were Zerglings, not Mutalisks, to try to counter this. So Kwanro has in fact won this match. He's ouch. Now he's going to be able to get his own Spire up. He's going to be able to produce his own Zerglings to run across the field. Kwanro might have been a little bit surprised actually that there were additional Zerglings right there instead of Mutalisks, and now Kwanro can actually go into a defensive posture. He's at a huge advantage. First of all, he's got more Zerglings out in the field to provide some defense to that southern border. He can still throw in Zerglings here and there to keep 815 back. 815 is running, it looks like, at 5 drones comparative to the several more than that drones on the opposite side from Kwanro. Kwanro's going to be able to cap a second gas before not too long. Interestingly enough, putting that creep colony a little bit to the north, he's also going to be able to get a pretty sizable Mutalisk force out before not too long, so 815 doesn't have a lot of room to get back in this match, and so all Kwanro has to do is run these Zerglings around, make sure that 815 can't dedicate an attack, or if he does, he has to do it against spore colonies. Specifically 2 spore colonies I think are the magic number you really want to have at this point to deal with this once the units start getting out there. There is a defensive sunken colony, 1 spore colony here at the natural secondary, but actually that plus 1 spore colony will be enough with the support units that should be coming out for Kwanro. He's additionally got that evolution chamber, so in theory could kind of shift things up and go for, I don't know, weapons 1, armor 1, some sort of Zergling all-in attack. It looks like he's just gone from Scourge and a couple Mutalisks, and now with just this severe economic advantage he has, I think Kwanro is easily going to be able to take this. Just 4 drones right there on the mineral line, 3 drones on gas. Wow, Kwanro has just, even at his natural expansion, he has 3 drones on minerals, which basically almost counters, and will in a second counter 815's main. So 815 looks like he is able to preserve his drones right there. Kwanro not able to get a kill, but nevertheless, Kwanro in a very nice position. Loses a drone right there, but a little bit of a bad position point. Looks like able to kill a couple of these Scourge, but going to lose some Mutalisks, or at least lose some free hits to them on transition. Kwanro being a little bit over aggressive with this Mutalisks here. I'm not sure how many he has in that cloud, but I don't think he has more than 815. So it looks like he's going to have to back off, and 815 knows it. He's just going to have to GG right there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for listening. Kwanro advances, and again, I don't know how many of these games he'll be able to do. Maybe I'll just look at the comments, and if you guys want StarCraft 2, or I'll still do some StarCraft, put in your vote, tell me what you want to do. Thanks for listening.